Motorola confirming GrapheneOS support for a future phone and bringing over features to their lineup. A new long-term partnership between Motorola and GrapheneOS was announced at Mobile World Conference 2026, with plans for both a future smartphone to have GrapheneOS pre-installed and certain features from GrapheneOS coming over to other Motorola devices, the company said in a media briefing in Barcelona. It's unclear how this partnership is going to work, especially with Motorola saying that they're going to be bringing over features from GrapheneOS into their devices. We do know right now that all of Motorola's current devices will not be compatible with GrapheneOS. That will be coming as a future device. We've seen social media updates from the GrapheneOS team confirming that none of Motorola's devices currently meet their security standards. And they're saying that a future Motorola device that can run GrapheneOS will have similar specs to the flagship end of Motorola's devices, like the Motorola Signature, but the current Motorola Signature will not be supported. GrapheneOS social media team members have also said that we can expect a device to come out in 2027.
At this point, it's still so early on that there is a lot of speculation. You kind of covered everything we know for sure. I will be really impatient to see what comes next. I'm really interested because Motorola's official announcement for this had a very heavy emphasis on enterprise features.
Mhm.
And I know that's historically something that's been missing from a lot of FOSS projects is, with all the stuff about age verification going on, a lot of people have pointed out that a lot of FOSS projects like Linux are missing parental controls. And so it kind of makes it harder to pull yourself out of those systems, but still maybe monitor what your kids do. So where I'm going with this is I will be interested to see if maybe Graphene is able to pull, optionally, of course, some of those like enterprise features to create like some kind of parental control thing in a secure way. I've seen some rumors that there's not necessarily a guarantee that these phones will come pre-shipped with Graphene, but they will be Graphene compatible. I've also seen other rumors that Graphene will be an optional, like when you buy it, you can select Graphene. I hope that will be commercially available and not just for enterprise users.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what this phone looks like because GrapheneOS has for a very long time touted the idea of the Titan security chip in Pixels being like the gold standard for smartphone security. And a lot of their features do rely on that. Whereas all of these other existing devices don't really have a comparable security chip in place that has all the same features. So if we look at like all of Motorola's devices right now, which use Qualcomm chips, Qualcomm has some sort of secure element, which the name of is escaping me off the top of my head, but it's not as comprehensive as the Titan M chips in the Pixels in terms of what they can do. And so I'm really interested to see if Motorola is going to be able to provide an alternative in these future phones and what that will look like.
I did see a video this week that dove into this topic a little more and showed also the Hacker News Y Combinator forum where Daniel was pretty active responding to some people. And he made a point of saying, like, this is not an exclusive partnership. So he said at this time, there's no plans for Graphene to work with any other OEMs, but it's not off the table. I think if this phone does really well, I think that will show other OEMs that there is an interest in this. And being that, again, Graphene, this is not an exclusive relationship, that would potentially be on the table that they could go to Graphene and be like, oh, we want to work with you to make our phones Graphene compatible as well, which would just give us even more option for other manufacturers. So, I mean, I know I'm getting really, really ahead of myself. This is probably years down the road if that ever happens, but we can dream, right?